Well, Dorothy, nice to see you again. Come in.
One of Dorothy Heathcote's ex-students is Tom Stabler. They first met when he was teaching in one of the poorest and toughest areas in Hartlepool.
I didn't think that Dorothy's ideas would work at all. And I remember standing up and more or less telling her this face to face. I think I said, I think these ideas of yours may work with intelligent children, but I can't see them working with the kind of youngster that I've got to teach. And she smiled extremely patiently and said something like, do you want to bet? And so I said, well, I don't mind betting. And she said, you start some, I'll come down and see you. Well, of course, having committed myself, it was necessary to start. So we went back and we started. I can't remember now whether it was on Beowulf or Pocahontas, but it was one of those two. And I remember being horrified the first once or twice I had the class out trying this improvised drama that we'd been shown by Dorothy. And then suddenly it gelled.
And he had this fantastic confrontation which shook him rigid. He rang me up and said, come down, it's worked. And they were arguing as to why the bear trap that had been dug for the white man should have killed one of their own princes. And the first written work I saw from these children, these deprived children, you felt they'd only just got shoes, was this sorrowing for their young prince, this young brave who was the sort of cream of the tribe. And the next thing, he said, I don't know what to do with it. You know, I don't know where to go. And I said, well, why don't you ask him? So he sat down with trepidation, and I think I asked them, and I said, what would you like to do next? And they said, murders, miss. So Tom said, no, no, no. And I said, well, if you want to do murders, you'll have to begin to think about what on earth makes anybody want to kill anybody. And that made Tom feel even worse. But anyway, we did it in pairs because it was safer. And I said, get them to book time, 10 minutes in the hall where you can be busy with your own class and just keep an eye on them. And when I come, I want to understand not how the man got killed, but why you felt driven to do that. And he's never really looked back. From murders he went on to Moses and all the big epics.
Today's big epic will be a new version of the story of Ahab, Elijah, and the immigrant queen Jezebel. She has imported foreign dress, foreign makeup, and a foreign god, Baal, in whose honor a temple is to be built. To make way for it, houses have to come down, and the people who live in them are warming up for a protest.
It's a bit wonky there. Do it as it comes. Do it as it comes. Do it, Mrs. Fifth. Do it as it comes. He might go and we'll have too many guards.
The audience are Mrs. Heathcote's students. The performers are an unstreamed class of 10-year-olds at the Kingsley County Primary School, where Tom Stabler is headmaster. The play that is about to happen is scriptless and unique. The next time they play it, the dialogue will be different, and even the situation may change, for nothing is written down, learnt, or taught. Tom Stabler's technique is to put his children into a tight corner and let them question and argue their way out of it, differently every time.
Sire, is it true that this man is going to pull down our houses?
My lord, the Queen gave me this order, and these people will not obey it.
Your Queen has given you all an order.
My lord, I cannot believe it. What has gotten into you? What is wrong with you? My lord, ever since she came, it has stopped. Isn't it true?
You did.
Jezebel,
then.
You don't want her here, but you've got her here. And you'll settle with what you've got and be grateful.
My lord, does this mean you're going to let this happen? You're going to knock our houses down? I've lived in this city from the beginning. I've seen every house built. It takes months, sometimes a year, to build a house. And people have lived in them from the beginning as well. Would you let your house go, my lord?
What foul needs foul get?
There's plenty of room in the palace grounds.
What good is it there?
There'll be only you using it.
No one believes in a stone god.
There'll be only you using it.
Yes, what about the women in this village sitting? What will lead them? And the children? Well, let
talk! Jezebel, there's women in this city with babies. What do you think's going to happen to them? You can look after them. They'll probably die. But what if they get a fever? You don't care. We haven't enough clothing. You should know that by now. Why do you think we need our houses? To keep them warm in. See your houses are falling down. But they still belong to us, Jezebel. You could not repair them, they're too old. But that does not matter, they still belong to us. I'd rather repair it than getting it knocked down by a foreigner. Yes, I realise that. You can't let them go, but you will. I wonder how you can call yourself a king. A king that doesn't care, that's what That doesn't care for children who might die in the streets if you pull down their houses. To keep them warm, they will not die. That is why we need our houses, to keep the children and the babies warm. Don't you understand? I wonder why you call yourself a queen. And you're a peasant. A queen that paints a face. Why not give your tongue a rest? A king that lets a thing like this happen. You call yourself a queen? What sort of a queen are you? Stop it! And who are you? Elijah. And what do you want? As you know, I am Elijah, the prophet. And the only prophet at that. And I've been outside this crowd, listening to your argument. Listening like a spy? Is that all you were good for? Or can't you do anything better with your time? And you call yourself a king, doing this. Yet you call yourself a prophet, living in the mountains, shut up in a cave, like a wild beast. I live in the mountains because I'm near a god. Near a god? You're Baal. Since you say they're your people, why not live among them? I'll tell you why. You are frightened of them. You could not rule over them. Do you know what they are? Yes, I know what they are. They are the laws. My father's laws. The laws! And your king, your own king, is disobeying them. You call yourself a king. And you do such a thing to these people. What have you got to say to that? Not half as much as you have. But before you go any further, I would like to know why you are here. And once more, what you want. To solve this problem. It is none of your business. You aren't a part of these people. You don't live amongst them. Why don't you stop pretending? You're no prophet. Why don't you get it into your head? You are no king. I tell you why. Because you want to keep on going. Never stop till the world ends. As I've said, until you change them, they shall be kept. Be kept? The king's... Is that a threat? Well? That is a threat. You people, listen! As well as you. If Elijah interferes, I'll fill the well in. Collect all your belongings. And when you're all out your houses by noon. And as for you, come interfering any more, and I'll have your hands off. Good! You regret it. You are because you're a